It's been a while since I tried a free game. It's coming up on 3 years actually since I played Arid, a free-to-play story game that gave my channel a huge boost near the start. So when World of Warships asked me to take a look at their game and wanted to pay me to do that, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to meet the community behind a game that I wouldn't usually explore. This video is more than just a 30-minute playthrough. It's days and days of messaging people, investigating online player profiles, and an attempt to uncover the story behind one of the most infamous World of Warships players of all time. Before we talk to a veteran player that has been in the same clan for the past 7 years, let's talk about the game itself. This is a free-to-play, massive online multiplayer game with constant monthly updates even 10 years after its release. As proof of that, there's a World of Warships X Sabaton campaign event running literally right now, where you can complete some in-game challenges to win special ship skins, including the Yamato Crowned in Smoke and Flame skin. I've also been told you get a free item just for clicking the button in the WoW portal article, and another after clicking the notification inside your armory. Oh, I also forgot to mention, for new and returning players, make sure you use the link in the description, and for brand new players, remember to use the special invite code to get yourself some rewards, like 20 days of premium, and much more. Obviously, every single download helps me out a ton, so thank you. Events aside, this game has quite a few different ships and classes. Some a bit more controversial than others, but we'll get into that later. There are over 850 ships in this game. 850. And every single one is so meticulously designed, possibly because of one big reason. There are people who pull up blueprints and design studies from 120 years ago and ask Wargaming to change the in-game models of the ships to conform to the exact design of a ship that was never built in reality, or they will produce photos of ships that were actually built and ask for changes to the model geometry or even the camouflages. They're dropping actual blueprints from 1913. I tell you what, fair play. Like, this is passion. And this is an active thread too, they're still going. After literal days and weeks of trying to reach players through Steam, I started joining clan discords through the official WoW Discord server. And that's where I met someone who then put me into contact with Bachiri.
My name is Bachiri. I've played the game for about 10.5 years, started towards the end of the open beta. I've taken a break of 1 year somewhere in between, but I've played it pretty consistently in the last 7 or so years. Yeah, and I somehow win more than I lose, so that's cool, I guess.
I'm a new player, I know nothing about the game. What is World of Warships? Could you describe it to a new player?
It's a lot of things at once. It used to be called the thinking man's action game, which was one of the early catchphrases. And even though it's very often used ironically these days, I still think it makes sense to a certain degree. It has elements of strategy, even though they removed the RTS part several years ago. Some mechanical skill in terms of knowing how to aim or execute certain actions. But mostly it is very slow. You could almost liken it to chess in some way, that very often you can predict what the enemy is going to do and plan ahead accordingly. And if you're good at predicting what the enemy is going to do, then you will do well.
So tomorrow, I'm going to try it for the first time. What should I expect in terms of the people I meet and also the gameplay? You know, how will it be hard? Will I struggle a lot?
No, you won't.
Really?
No, not at all. The first 200 games you're going to be placed in what is called protected matchmaking, meaning the only other human beings that you will meet there are going to be other new players. So it's not like you're going to encounter someone like me who has tens of thousands of games and who will just dumpster you. That's not going to happen because all the other players are also going to be new. And since there may not be enough new players, the remaining spots will be filled by bots. So you will do very well.
Thank you so much, dude.
Yeah, no worries. Enjoy your evening.
Yeah, you too. Have a good day.
See you. Bye-bye.
Day one of playing was a bit of a journey. Okay, this is my first ever time loading this game up. What am I looking at? Wow. That is a nice little ship. Little. Definitely bigger than average. Okay, one thing is very different. Instead of there being nobody online, There's apparently currently 30,440 playing. And on my server alone, aka EU, there's 20,000. That's a big number, to be fair. I don't think I'm going to meet all 20,000, but I will give it my best shot. Let's just get into a game. So out of the 140 people in queue, only 4 of them are as shit as me. I think what's going on here is there's like 4 people in the lobby. I'm one of them, and the rest are bots. Which means this should be really easy. So that's a teammate.
Don't fire at your allies.
Hope that was a bot.
The ship is on fire.
Please don't kill me, mate. I've just missed him from 50 yards away. My ship is not turning, like, at all. That's a hit. That's a hit. A little bit. Surprisingly hard to hit him, you know. Bigfoot _ 72. Am I meant to, like, respawn here, or... Oh, okay, I've just left. Cool. Wait, no. I want to change my ship. Bachiri also gave me some advice in terms of picking a ship to play on my very first day.
No carriers, no submarines. If you want to go easy mode, that's going to be battleships. If you want to have a bit of diversity, that's going to be cruisers. If you want to have a rough awakening, that's going to be destroyers. So I would recommend cruisers or possibly battleships first. There's so many nations in the game. If you want to go for battleships, I would recommend the American ones.
We'll go a battleship, I think. He recommended American. How many ships are there? Iowa. Yes, this is what we're doing. Mate, look at that. Wow. Right, let's have it. Why are there suddenly so many more people in my range? Ah, tier 9 battleship. That means it's going to put me into normal lobbies, isn't it? Oh no. Let's just stay humble for 1 second. We're going to go Phoenix, so we're tier 4. This should put us in normal lobbies, right? That looks okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. I learned a lot, like how to turn your ship. That one took me about an hour. It's actually E and Q for full rudder lock, and then hold A and D for normal steering. And more than anything, I learned how to lead a shot, at least from the tier 4 Phoenix battleship. Oh! Look at that fire in the back, caused by me. Whoa, fellas, come on. Wargaming did, for some reason, think giving me access to every single ship in the game was a good idea. But picking a tier 4 ship instead of a tier 10, for example, would match me with other players of my standard. So that meant I won a good 80% of my games without having a clue how to even zoom in to aim. I was only playing random battles, which is the main game mode people run on this game. It's first to 1000 points, which can be achieved by sinking boats or standing inside the points. Yes, games can end in a draw, but it's so rare that you'll see it every 1000 games or so. We'll talk more about that later. It took a lot of practice, a bit of island beaching, and a touch of team damage before I earned my first clan invite. Invitation to join clan from Kenner72. I mean, I can't not join. Hold on. Join clan. So now I think in the clan I get a bunch of bonuses or extras. I haven't got a clue, to be honest. Let me Google it. Okay, so joining a clan provides economic and gameplay advantages through a naval base, increased coal, steel, free XP, and increased commander XP, and reduced ship repair and purchasing costs. Sounds good. So this is our naval base. Wow. So this clan I'm in is over 3 years old almost. Look at that, by the way. 4 wins, 2 defeats. Oh, that's pretty good. I still don't really know why or how, but big up Kenner72 and the rest of JVJS. Apparently being in a clan can get you some ship discounts and more experience, but the main benefit is obviously having other players to talk to. Still, no idea why or how I've been invited to this one. After playing, I got back to talking with Bachiri, this time about what it's like to play this game for 10 years straight, being in the same clan for 7 years straight, And the infamous pay-to-win talk. Is this a grindy game?
Yes and no. I want to say, compared to games of a similar genre, like War Thunder, World of Tanks, it is not as grindy as they are, like nowhere near. If you play somewhat consistently, you will get a lot of stuff for free, and that will accelerate your progress even further. Obviously, the more money you spend, the faster you progress, but you can feasibly play the game without spending any money whatsoever and still progress at a decent clip, provided some hand and eye coordination.
Can you pay to just get to the top, or?
While there are ships that you would have to pay for to obtain, and they are very powerful, you can get a ship that is just as powerful completely for free. So yeah, I think the game is very fair in that regard.
So where's the pay-to-win aspect?
Yeah, I would say there's no obvious pay-to-win aspect. It's a pay-to-progress faster kind of thing. You could argue, if you were to put in a lot of money into the game, you could then run a full complement of signal flags every single match. But if you do that, that will give you a minuscule, like we're talking minuscule advantages in the battle.
Okay.
I typically only do that when I'm playing clan battles. So otherwise, the advantages are negligible.
I also got to ask about something that confused me from minute one of reading the reviews for World of Warships. The submarines and the aircraft carriers. Why do people hate them?
They're seen as a low-skill class that risks nothing. They sit in the back, they send out their planes, they may or may not do damage, but they will always be around in the game. They typically die last.
Why don't they just nerf them?
Yeah, they're trying to balance things. It's not always perfect, clearly, but I think considering how many ships there are in the game, it is rather balanced overall. It just doesn't, because aircraft carriers have a different way of playing the game. Many people will argue they don't fit in the rock, paper, scissors things that destroyers, cruisers, and battleships have going on. Submarines are the same. They don't fit the game in general. I don't want to say they're toxic to play against, but it feels like both aircraft carriers and submarines, very often you're helpless and you have no counterplay. The planes will just keep coming. The submarine will sit unspotted and will keep pinging you with a sonar ping and will launch torps at you. There's nothing you can do. And if you run away, the only thing you're going to do is delay your death. So yeah, that's what a lot of people don't like about it.
More in terms of you, what was the game like back when you first started playing? How much has changed?
Oh, everything. The two main shells, their color changed. It switched, actually, so it flipped, which is very funny. The sound was very different. There were no clans back in the game, back in the day.
The Chiri has been in the same clan, No Fun, for around 7 years now. And when he was telling me about it when we first met, he said in his own words, "I will probably not leave before either the game dies or I do."
For me, at least, the community, meeting people from different countries, from different parts of the world. I don't want to be too romantic here, but I feel like it fosters understanding between different peoples. We have people from Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, and they are all best friends, right? which is crazy.
That's nuts.
If you go to other places on the internet, that's not usually the case. And now, of course, we have people from many other countries. To me, it feels good to know all these people from many different places, to get their perspectives on life, on the world. I think 6 of them I have met in real life. In fact, one of them, he was a student in Germany, and so yeah, I invited him to celebrate Christmas with my family and me.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. All over a World of Warships game. That's crazy. Before I moved on, we spoke a little about the guy I mentioned in the intro. The most infamous North American player by the name of GP__1. Like, genuinely, do you think it's possible to reach out to GP_1, or?
Realistically speaking, the only way is you make an account on the NA server. Yeah. And send him a private message, which will pop up in his port. Then he will probably blacklist you. So okay. It's the only way you can try and reach out to him.
Okay, yeah. And that's literally it. You don't know anyone who's like friends with him?
No.
Is
I
anyone
don't think
friends
anyone
with him?
is friends. No, I don't think so. But he gets brought up on a semi-regular basis on the WoW subreddit and
Yeah,
on the
I've
Discord.
seen. He's an interesting fella, but I do think it's quite funny that everyone like talks about him as this mythical man who blacklists everyone.
I'm pretty sure every single NA player knows
Yeah.
about him, and quite a few EU players as well.
Now, after hearing how antisocial this fella was, the last thing I was going to do was reach out to him. He never replied. I sat there for a good 3 hours, maybe 4. He eventually stopped playing, and that's when I decided to leave the guy alone. I genuinely just wanted to meet GP, the person that people go nuts for in game whenever he's in their lobby. But it wasn't meant to be. So, keep being a positive influence on the North American servers, mate. Hello.
Hello,
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and you?
Great, man. Great. I am so excited to finally... You have no idea how hard it is to get into contact with World of Warships players. After asking Bachiri for some of the best clans in the game, he instantly mentioned TWA, a clan with many members that have been in it for over 6 or 7 years. He linked me their online clan profile, and after searching up about 20 different names, I finally found a Twitch channel for one of them. And there, Striver had his own Discord, which was where I managed to reach him.
My in-game name is SarveyFix, same as in Twitch and everywhere else, and I'm playing this game now since over 10 years.
Striver is one of the best players in the entire game. He's been playing since basically the beginning, and was even invited out to tour the development team's new headquarters in Belgrade just last year.
It was over a weekend. It showed us around the city and what they are doing actually and so on. So it was quite nice.
Striver told me essentially all of the competitive tournaments for this game are community based, but the absolute biggest one, called King of the Sea, runs annually and was bought out by Wargaming a few years ago.
We are now in King of the Sea 19, I think, this year. Around, I would say, 160 clans over all servers.
So, since 2020, TWA have won King of the Sea 5 times, and their closest rival Reign have won it twice. So yeah, TWA are a little bit successful, but it's not because they're individually the best players in the game. There are great players in a lot of clans, but TWA are so good because these lot can read each other's minds, man. 90% of these guys have played together in clan battles for the past 7 years plus. They communicate telepathically, genuinely. So what is TWA? Why are you guys so good?
I would say it's because we are playing together since many years now. Most importantly, we have people who actually put a lot of effort into strategies. Positioning is the most important part, and I would say that's where we excel. This is probably why we win. And the decision making, like in game, where to go, when to go, what to do.
You ever just crave a bit more competition?
There is competition. There's another European clan, and I would say they are equally good as us. If you look at the last 7 King of the Seas, we won 5 out of it, and they won twice back to back, and we finally won again. The finals are consisting mostly between us and them. And if we end up in a tournament format where we meet each other earlier before the finals, then basically that game is the final. Everyone watched that game, and we had very close this year, very, very close games. Yeah, I mean, you played World of Warships now with the point system, right? Whichever team reaches 1,000 points wins. So I have on my account 15,000, 16,000 battles. I think 13 draws in total. The first time in a competitive format in a tournament in King of the Sea, a draw because both our teams reached 1,000 points at the same time.
Oh, excuse me, what?
There was not even a rule set for it because this is something that never happens. But I'm just telling you this, how close. Like, we have at least one clan in Europe as good as us.
It was an absolute honor to talk to Striver. He has his own Twitch channel that I'll link below where he streams once in a blue moon. How big a part of your life has this game become over the years?
I would say, if you asked me this question 5 years ago, I would say very much. Like a big part. I am one of the people nowadays who just joins TeamSpeak I mean, we are old people, so we still use TeamSpeak instead of Discord. I just get told, do this, go there, right before the game starts. And I'm like, okay.
Before I ended the call with Striver, I floated the idea of switching to a tier 10 battleship and then queuing up for a random battles. This would get me in a lobby full of actually good players. So, once I hung up, that's what I did. Alright, I have changed my ship to the Montana. Sounds nice. Looks pretty good. I googled it, apparently it's really good. Those couple hours weren't my best showing, but I got a few hits. You know, I got a couple clean kills and lost a lot of games. When I checked the join dates of the other players in the lobby, almost all of them were at least players of 4 or 5 years, with a lot of them having joined during that era. For a game that's been here for a decade now, things are going surprisingly well, and people just keep coming back. There's a whole other section of the WoW community of players who only play PvE modes, alongside other players. They never even touch PvP. For example, Dave. I found Dave through his review on Steam. 7,000 hours, but only 1,000 hours at the time of writing the review. I'm returning to gaming for the first time since the 80s and whaled 2k in December for my retirement gift. Enjoying every mode of this game except PvP. Oh, I have to talk to this guy. We tried arranging a call, trust me, but sometimes things just don't work out that way. Still, seems like a lovely fella and shows just how many different ways you can approach this game. Bichiri, casual, Striver, competitive, Dave, at least at the time of his review, PvE only. That might have changed now. Big thanks to Wargaming for sponsoring this video. I had a lot of fun exploring everything this game has to offer, and just as I thought, the people here were lovely. Including you, GP. Or at least I'm sure you would have been. For new and returning players, register using the link below, and for brand new players, remember to use the special invite code to get yourself some rewards like 20 days of premium, 2 free cruises, a commander, and even a free port slot. Remember that the World of Warships X Sabaton campaign is also currently running. You can complete personal challenges and collect 20 different items from the Sabaton collection. You can also play on console via World of Warships Legends. Thank you for watching if you did. Given the last few months, this felt like a good time to do a video like this. Massively appreciate all the support. There is a Dead Games video coming within a few weeks. So I'll see you soon.